away from them, but we want you guys to try and hold your ground, and so if the horse respects you, they're going to back away from you. Good, that was good. So what we're going to say a little bit, if he comes into your space, we can back him out of your way. So what we're going to look at is a bit of an arm's length like that. He's got his space and you got your space. If he comes into your space, what we're also going to say is you've got to give him a bit of rope so that he can keep his distance. So if he comes in too close, you stay where you are and just back him out. And what you're going to do now is just back away, get ahead of him, put your hand up. A little bit close and send him back. Really, really important that all the time you could just send him back a step. That we're really consistent. If one day I let him come in close and the next day I say stay there, we're just confusing the hell out of them. So we've got to have some boundaries that are clear so that they know where we stand. A lot of the time we're just so inconsistent that these poor buggers, don't know what's happening. And they got to learn how to sort of keep out of trouble from us, basically, so we need to be consistent with our boundaries. Just go a couple of times, back away, bring him towards you, and when you're ready, put your hand out and ask him to stop. Just watch out with the back end. So he's sort of saying a little bit, I don't really believe you mean that. That was better though. And again. Beautiful. And go in and give him a little rub. And tell him. Go and tell him that he's done that right. He doesn't know. Good. Good. One of the little things I spoke about, if something's not working, we change it. So like just there, if you were asking that horse to back away and it wasn't, it's telling you there's not enough about you. So notice that and then up it a notch. Your energy. Better. Better. Yeah. Good. A lot of people are a little bit nervous for a start, but when things start going right, it builds the confidence, and then they start trying more and more and more. Good. Don't be afraid, just once, maybe to let them hit your hand. And a lot of this happening, praising him for being too close. It's good that we want to praise and you backed up. You're the boss, you stand here, he goes back. What we found a lot on these courses, we talk about praise. Do we praise at work? How much is too much praise? Can you overpraise? But a lot of people, when they feel uncomfortable, it's good horse. They don't know what to do, they praise. Yeah, so really, really funny on the video, horses just blatantly avoiding people and people are going, good horse, good horse. So, yeah, we got to be, I'm not saying you were doing that. Yeah, but just make sure, okay, first thing I'm looking for, stop the horse with a bit of a distance. I only praise if they're doing the right thing. Good week, how are you? What about getting a bit more energy about you both and really backing away, get a bit of energy, bring the horse towards you a little bit quicker. And then ask them to stop. So if they're a little bit close, back him up. What we talk about with energy, we can only sometimes pick our energy up to a point, but there's times when we have to follow through and get a little bit tougher. So if energy doesn't work, then you might be able to get a little firmer. He's got to feel that. Good. And a little rub. Good. Good. What about turning that round into a leading situation and turning around and walking off and then stopping? Good. Yeah. So this little fella was going to keep walking till he ran into my hand and then he went, whoa, you mean it? Same thing again, walk off. Just don't wrap your hand around the rope. That's it. Got a little mind of his own, isn't he? So we're going to stop and we're going to say, oi, and back him back. Yeah. And good boy. They just really got to mean it. Same thing. And stop. And if he comes in too close, stop. And he goes back from you. So all these little things, we just got to be really fussy on. That time you backed away, you don't do that, you stand here, he goes from you. Good. What about one more little go? Good, you guys. What about stopping? I tell people you feel a little bit silly. You have a little bit of a march, and that's letting the horse know, get ready, I'm going to back into your space. So he didn't move, I'm going to get a little firmer. He's been a bit slow. Next time, I'm going to do more. See the difference? When I really meant it then. Good. He's a little avoider, this one. Good. Yeah. Little play with that and then we'll have a drink, eh? Sweating.